Hey everyone, we are going to get started in about 3 minutes. So sit tight, grab your cup of coffee or your water bottle, and we will get started shortly. All right. Hey everyone. Dylan.
Hey, Steph.
How's it going, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Hello to everybody joining us today. We are so excited and honored that you took your afternoon to join us here today. My name is Stephanie Alfonso. This is Dylan Handy. And we are just thrilled to be able to come to you guys today and bring you guys some great information, some great tips, some tricks, strategies, and marketing success secrets to sell more homes and sell them faster. I mean, Dylan, if that is not something we all want, I don't know what is.
Exactly.
Right, exactly. So guys, Dylan and I, we are with the Elevate educational team. And what we normally do is we travel all over the country to MLS offices, associations, brokerage offices, training agents on, like I said, the do's and don'ts, tips and tricks, best practices and strategies for online social media marketing and online lead generation. That's exactly what Dylan and I are going to do here today. Obviously, just a little bit different through your computer screens, but hey, I mean, it's been 9 months, pretty much.
It's been 9 months. It's almost like we're running our own little like Regis and Kelly. I guess it's not been Regis and Kelly for a long time. What is it now?
I was going to say Regis, Dylan.
Yeah.
I was the non-millennial here.
Like
so,
Ryan and Kelly.
Kelly and Ryan.
Kelly and Ryan. That's
Kelly
it, right?
I have my mug. I know this is my staple. Do you have your mug?
I got mine. Mine says "You're my person," so even more fitting.
I love it. Well, I have my Starbucks Christmas suite has come out.
Yours is more festive, I can see.
You know, that's how I roll, but I've got it ready. So cheers to you, my friend. Let's have a great class with these amazing agents. So guys, just a little bit just about our goals for you guys here today is to leave here feeling motivated, feeling inspired, and absolutely feeling like you have some tools in your back pocket to make a difference in your business starting today. But I will tell you guys, we're going to go over tons of information, but don't feel overwhelmed, okay? I know it's a lot. We know that time and everything is an issue, but we are going to share with you guys ways that the Elevate products and services and tools can really help you in all of this, right? So definitely don't be nervous with all of that. But Dylan, before we kind of dive into everything today, let's share with everybody a little bit about who we are, who we represent.
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, we're the company Elm Street Technology. And what that is we're a holding company. We go around and acquire different real estate marketing companies and we merge those systems together. One thing I find working with agents is you guys have so many different vendors and so many different programs and so many different passwords even that you guys become more of a vendor manager than anything. So what Elm Street's goal is to make a mega product where everything integrates into one, and that product is called Elevate. So we'll talk a little bit about Elevate here later on in the seminar, but I encourage all of you to go connect with us on our social media. Big benefit for you to do so. We're really big on education. We're doing this class and other different classes here for you. We'll let you know when we're hosting those, as well as we have other educational content and live classes and things. So go connect with us at Try Elevate RE across all social media, and we'll keep that motivation and inspiration going.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. So just a couple of housekeeping items for this webinar today here. Number one, we wish that we could put everybody's cameras on and be able to interact. There's just way too many of us to be able to do so. So we're really going to encourage you guys to utilize that chat box on your Zoom platform or the question and answer box. We actually have live panelists here from our team that are there to answer your questions, comments, concerns at any point during this webinar. So if we don't, if you use that raise hand button, if you guys use that and we don't answer you right away, please do not be offended. We just have a ton of content to get through, but Dylan and I are going to take time every few slides or so to be able to answer some questions out loud, but do not hesitate. Go ahead and utilize that chat box to be able to interact with us. So without further ado, guys, one more thing I wanted to share with you all that's been pretty awesome is we want to keep this education and motivation going. At any point during this webinar, if you would like to request a one-on-one from either Dylan or myself, we are happy to schedule those with you. You can go ahead and just put in that chat box, schedule me, and we're definitely able to connect with you, whether you're a new agent, seasoned agent, have no social media, have tons of it. Whatever your level of expertise you are at, we are happy to meet you there again, be that resource. And of course, we're going to share with you guys ways that the Elevate systems can really help with you guys with everything we're going to discuss here today. So Dylan, unless there's anything else you want to add, I'm ready to rock and roll. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, just so you guys know, when you type it into that chat box, our panelists will reach out to you privately and individually to get you scheduled for these one-on-ones. So great opportunity if you guys are looking for additional support or more individualized support, type in schedule me. But Steph, let's get started.
Yeah, let's do it. Again, guys, for those of you who are just joining us, go ahead. If you have questions or anything, utilize that chat box and our panelists will answer you guys right away. So let's get right into this, guys. So one of the first things that we want to talk about is everything that we're doing online. You know, the goal is lead generation, of course, right? Leads is the name of the game in real estate. And one thing we have to remember with everything we're doing online, that the ultimate goal of lead generation is to build your list. Right? Everything is in that list. Your kids' college education, your new home, all that success comes from that list. So you want to build your list as quickly and as much as possible, get the business you can from it, and therein increase that repeat and referral business. That's always the goal, right? The goal is always to have a successful career off of repeat and referral business, but the way we bring them into our fold tends to change over time, right? So remember, the money is always in the list. And we have to keep in mind too, that online lead generation is a high volume and it is a long-term game. And we're going to provide you ways to be successful with all of that. Okay. So we're going to discuss lead generation and it comes in kind of two forms. that we're going to discuss here today. The free side of lead generation that you're going to obtain through social media, utilizing all those platforms, and SEO, that search engine optimization, how you're found in Google and the search engines. We're going to spend a lot of time on that. And then, of course, the paid sources, whether it's social media ads or pay-per-click campaigns. Both are successful ways to generate leads online. And we're going to talk about how to utilize both of them to grow your business. Okay. So let's first focus on the free side, the organic side. How can I actually start obtaining leads, aside from the kind you pay for? And really with social media, you want to be able to utilize all of these platforms. And these really are the top 7 platforms agents are just not fully utilizing in their online marketing strategy. Those are their websites, blogs, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. And guys, the first thing I'm going to tell you here is you should absolutely be on every single one of these platforms. Every single one of these. I know it seems a little overwhelming and certainly time consuming, but it is so important because there truly is a different demographic on each and every one. There's some overlap for sure, but ultimately you have the opportunity to reach that different audience by being active on all of them. Now, that being said, I have agents say to me all the time, Dylan, I know you as well. Oh yeah, Steph, Dylan, I have a Facebook and I think I have a Twitter and I know I have a LinkedIn, haven't been on it in years, right? So it's not enough, guys, to just have these platforms. You have to be active. You have to be consistent in order for these to really make a difference in your business. Okay, so we're going to focus on how to grow your online presence utilizing all these platforms, and at the same time, building and enhancing your SEO value. SEO, that search engine optimization, how to be found organically in Google and the search engines. Both are equally as important and work hand in hand together to grow your business. Dylan, let's talk about one of the best ways to grow your SEO value.
Actually, if you just want to go back for 1 second, Steph, there is one thing I just want to touch on. Michael put in the chat box, what about TikTok, right? So I want to touch on that for a second. Look, these 7 platforms you see here are the most valuable for real estate. There are other platforms out there, there's Snapchat, there's TikTok, Michael, a big one right now. Those don't have the highest value for real estate. A couple of reasons, biggest reason being search engine value. Guys, your search engine value, your SEO value, such as Google, is so important right now. Steph, you and I were just talking that the stats right now for real estate searches on Google alone. What was the stat you gave me?
Yeah, it increased by 46% since March.
Yeah, so that tells me what can we do to invest our time and energy in marketing. These 7 platforms are going to get you the best return. A place like TikTok, it's fun, right? It's silly, but it's not.
Rock on, have fun with it.
Yeah, exactly. But that's not going to get you that SEO value. So let's talk about one of the SEO builders here today. And that's actually blogging. Blogging has extremely high SEO value. We all know what a blog is. A blog is an online newsletter, and it's designed to make you look like an expert in something. You see health blog, cooking blog, fitness blog, real estate blog, you're an expert in real estate. The other benefit of blogging is content building. I'm sure you guys have heard this term before, but content's king. What does that mean? Well, anytime you write an article or a blog, it's going to force Google and search engines to index it, analyze it, look at your keywords, increase your activity, and therefore increase your value online. So the why is to make you look like an expert in content building. It's a #1 source to build your search engine value we just talked about. Now, you're probably wondering, well, where do I get started? Well, believe it or not, most agents in this chat here today have a blog already. Most agents have a website, and most websites nowadays have a blogging feature inside it already. So before I suggest you go anywhere else, I encourage all of you here today to confirm whether or not your website has a blog. If it doesn't, there are other great options out there, such as WordPress, Blogger.com, ActiveRain. Even just doing a simple Google search of how to start your own blog, you're going to have thousands of opportunities. But again, I encourage you to take a look at your current website first. Now, the big question we get though, Steph, is, well, once I get that blog set up, or let's say I have one, what do I blog about, right? So One of the first things, obviously, you're going to want to blog a lot of real estate info. It's going to brand you as an expert in your field. It's going to add those real estate rich keywords. But a lot of times agents tell me, I don't even know where to get started. What do I even begin to blog about? Well, I always suggest for clients to listen to their audience. You guys get questions all the time from your friends, family members, past clients, potential clients, current clients. Questions like, hey, what can I expect in my closing? What do I need for insurance? Is it a buyer's market right now or a seller's market? How do I add value to my home? What's an FHA loan versus a conventional loan? I could go on and on and on here, right? So listen for these. Good bloggers will always first listen to their audience. You also can do things outside of real estate. It doesn't have to be just fixated on real estate. How about blogging some lifestyle content, better homes and gardens, financial advice, do-it-yourself projects. I joke, Stephanie, but I've actually in these last 8 months have been cooking more in these 8 months than I have in my whole life, right? So for me, being like even just an online recipe to me gets my attention. All right. So try to add in additional information, not just real estate. How about even listings? Look, I know you guys are taking your listings and you're putting them into your MLS, which you should be doing. But as soon as they put it into their MLS, it goes into a database. And then that database takes their listing and puts it across 1 million websites at one time. So it actually does nothing for your individual SEO value at all. So instead, take your listings, put them in MLS, but also log your listing updates. Think about that. Steph, now Google's going to index things like new listing, open house, sold, 123 Main Street, street address, condo, back on market. All these keywords that are unique and specific to their industry will help build their activity and build their value. In fact, one of the biggest questions I get is, well, wait a minute, I don't have any listings, right? Or I'm a new agent, I don't even have customers yet. Well, you can certainly work with your broker and see if there's agents in your office that has listings that they're looking for additional property promotion on. So long as you get permission to showcase that property on your blog, you're able to do so. And I have many agents do this. So don't be afraid to outsource, but make sure that you're adding listing activity there. And then finally, hyperlocal. Steph, why don't you touch a little bit on how important it is to be hyperlocal to their sphere, and especially with what's going on right now.
Oh, absolutely, guys. Providing hyper-local content is literally the area or the town or the community that you specialize in. And guys, people expect you to be that community resource. So on a regular basis, blog about community events, blog about holiday events, blog about local restaurants or any local businesses. Utilize your blog as a networking tool to connect with others within the community. And then, of course, right now, you might be thinking, well, gosh, Steph, there's not really a whole lot going on right now. What could I be blogging about? Well, what's at the forefront of everybody's mind is obviously everything going on with COVID, with this pandemic. And this is an opportunity for you to be a resource to your community, even with issues related to the pandemic. Maybe blogging about testing centers, maybe blogging about your community's response to things, whether businesses are open partially, or maybe how they're changing the way they do business to meet the needs of the community. Restaurants that maybe have just outdoor dining or still offering free delivery. Maybe blog about what's going on with your school district. That's a really, really important thing right now with school strategies and openings and hybrid models, things like that. But again, guys, this is at the forefront of everybody's mind. Utilize your blog as a way to deliver relevant content and relevant information to brand yourself as that community expert. Communication during times of crisis is super, super important. And of course, you want to brand yourself as a community leader and a community expert. You want to create that connection with your community. You want to express empathy. Everyone, receives and sees the world in a different and unique way. And by doing so, that's going to build trust, and again, this is a relationship business that we are in. So again, provide that quality content to be able to connect with your community. And that truly, truly is a game changer in your business. So, but everything we've been talking about, Whether it is that real estate information, whether it's lifestyle content, your listing updates, hyperlocal information. The key to doing all of this, guys, is to be consistent. Consistency is key. We recommend blogging at a minimum of once per week. Once per week. Any less than that, guys, and it can actually hurt you in Google in the search engines. You can be penalized in Google in the search engines. Google doesn't want to send users to a dead or an inactive blog. And honestly, it just doesn't make you look very professional. If I were to go to your blog and you have a blog for a year, I'm going to wonder if you're still in business, what's going on. So keep it active, that minimum of once per week. A couple other guidelines, guys. You always want to make sure you have a photo or a video with your blog. It's going to increase that engagement. Have an engaging title. Make me interested in reading your blog. Maybe have a little call to action. As far as length, people ask Dylan and I all the time, what's a good length for a blog? And honestly, the sweet spot's between 3 and 5 paragraphs. Any more than that, and studies have shown that people tend to disengage. Just try to keep it within that sweet spot of 3 to 5 paragraphs. And then so important, guys, that you have some form of lead capture within your blog. All right, whether that is a subscribe button, a contact me button, or even at the very minimum, your information, guys, but you always want to make sure there's a way for me to get a hold of you, and of course, for you to get a hold of me. All right, so important.
So Steph, before you go on to the next bullet point, I just want to bring up a couple of points because a few of you have asked some questions here in the chat box that I think is relevant to the topic you're on exactly right now, which is frequency. A lot of people are asking here, can I take an article they read from a local newspaper or read, an article from somewhere else? Can you, the importance of frequency is there, but talk about, you got to be careful with, your sourcing and copywriting.
Absolutely. So we're going to actually talk about this kind of at length here in a little bit, guys. You can absolutely use articles from other sources, but there is a right and a wrong way to do it. Okay. So that's what I'm going to share with you here in a little bit. So hang tight. But also, guys, just so you know, maybe you're not a good writer. Maybe this is not your forte. Maybe you thinking about blogging is like, oh, forget it. I am not even. You don't have to do all your own blogging. Go to your mortgage lender. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Mortgage Lender, I would love for you to write me 3 to 5 paragraphs on how to get pre-approved and what's going on with interest rates. Go to your title company. Go to that local restaurant. Go to your local restaurant. Every local business has their own story. Hey, I'd love to, showcase you on my blog this week. Can you write me 3 to 5 paragraphs on how your business got started?
And local businesses need that more than ever right now, especially restaurants. So giving them an opportunity to self-promote, and they'll do the content creation for you. And this happens all the time. So I think that's a great point, Steph.
Yeah, no, awesome. So yeah, guys, definitely we're going to cover also, guys, the right and the wrong way to share other sources the right way. So hang tight. All right. So question that you guys also might be thinking is, okay, all this is well and good, but how are people really going to find my blog? How are people really going to engage with my blog? And the key to that, guys, is you don't want to leave all this great information just sitting on a blog platform. I want you to take this blog and share it everywhere. From your blog, you want to post it to your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, your YouTube, if it's video, Instagram. Guys, by doing so, it's going to increase that SEO value. Google is going to value a piece of content shared to multiple platforms. You're reaching that larger audience. Remember, a different demographic on each one, and you're developing that brand recognition across a broad and wide audience. Okay, so your takeaway with this, guys, is absolutely you want to start with that blog, share it to all of your social media, reaching that large demographic. Okay. So I know you guys have had some questions. One thing that is great to know is, guys, if you haven't been blogging, know the importance of blogging, you'd like a little help with it, that is something we can absolutely help you guys with, is blogging, starting a blog, and helping you with content creation. So if you guys would like to know more about how we can help with that, we are going to share that here at the end of our class. But go ahead and type Elevate into that chat box. If you are that agent going, I don't have a blog, I don't have time.
Oh, I think Stephanie froze here. Uh-oh. All right. So, guys, just confirm with me. Did she freeze here? I think she did. All right. All right, great. So while we wait for Stephanie for a second, I'm going to keep this moving right along here, and I'm going to share my screen here. Let's go ahead and pull up my slide. All right. So like we said, if you guys have any questions regarding to Elevate or any kind of blogging, type in that. We'll be happy to assist you. But let's go ahead and dive into the big one, right? And this is Facebook. We all know Facebook, right? Facebook's been around forever. Facebook is huge, okay? Over 2 billion users on Facebook, with over 70% of those users logging in 6 to 10 times a day. That's enormous, right? And I can tell you during this COVID pandemic, Facebook has actually reported triple the amount of activity. I'm guilty of it. You guys probably are too. We're stuck at home. We're not going to these large events. We're not at work anymore. So we're finding ourselves on our phones a lot more than we used to. She's back. Yay, she made it. All right.
I'm here, and I apologize. Hey, this is live theater, baby.
That's what I said. All right. All right, so moving right along here, we're just talking a little bit about Facebook with the group here. Facebook, guys, is so important. The activity is really through the roof right now. So we're going to go ahead and talk about, first of all, the first question I get with Facebook is, do I need a business page versus a personal page, right? That's probably the biggest question I get. And I'll tell you what, absolutely need a business page.
Oh, yes.
Couple of reasons why. First of all, technically, if you're doing business on a personal page, did you guys know technically Facebook can shut you down or even suspend you? It's actually called Facebook jail. It's a real place. And trust me, you don't want to be there. So you want to set up a business page. It's free to do so. But on that page, there's great things you can do: tracking, analytics, you can do Facebook ads. We'll touch on a little bit about that here today. Great way to sell your homes faster and develop more leads. But once you have that page built, you want to be consistent. I actually encourage you to be posting to your Facebook page at least 2 to 3 times per week, at least 2 to 3 times per week to see sufficient growth and engagement.
Yeah.
But you want to make sure, though, it's value-based information. One of the biggest mistakes I find, Stephanie, is agents, they tell me, well, I post valuable content all the time. And when I look at their page, they're just posting new listing, open house, sold, market report, I love your referrals, send me your referrals, new listings, open houses, sold another home, open house, sold, new property. That doesn't interest me, does it? Not unless if I'm a home buyer or seller, right? And the reality is most of your sphere is not looking right now.
Right.
So we want to make sure that we add, in addition to that, we add what we call value-based information, such as, how about those informational blogs, right? That Stephanie just talked about. Blogs on taxes, blogs on community events, blogs on, painting your room to make it look bigger. So Steph, why don't you talk to them a little bit about the mistake though? Oftentimes I find agents tell us, well, I post blogs or articles. Why don't you share the concern we run into?
Yeah. So what we see all the time, guys, is agents will say, oh yeah, I post blogs all the time and articles all the time. As a matter of fact, I even pay a company to post content for me. And we'll say, all right, cool. We'll go take a look at it. We'll go to their Facebook page, and sure enough, they're posting some great articles. But when we look to see where those articles are from, they're from Inman News, Huffington Post, Backgate Media, Keeping Current Matters, Realtor.com, Zillow. Guys, the problem with that is I click on that article, where does it take me? To them, right? To Zillow. That's the last place you want to send your audience, right? So you're building their SEO, driving traffic to their domain, branding them as the expert, and doing what for yourself? Little to nothing, right? And guys, I can tell you, big companies like Zillow and Realtor have whole departments that all they do is create content for agents, and it's good content because their goal is you're going to put it on your social media. I'm going to click on it. It's going to take me to Zillow. They're going to capture me as a lead and then sell me back to you next month in a zip code, right? Happens all the time. We don't want to see this keep happening to you guys. So the way to avoid this is you have to make sure that everything being posted on your social media, on your Facebook, is self-branded. Self-branded, meaning that it comes from your blog, your domain. Let me show you what that looks like. Right here, guys, on your screen, bottom left-hand side, Allison's Facebook page. She posts an article, choosing the right luxury home location. Where's that article from? I look and see it's from myluxurypalmbeach.com. If I click on that, that's Allison's website. I'm going right back to her blog, her website, right? Where I can continue reading, where there's lead capture, that's traffic to her site, that's building SEO, keeping the client, the reader, under the umbrella of her business, right? We're creating that gated experience, as opposed to on the right-hand side, 25 reasons why blue is the best color for your home. I click on that. Where am I going? Countryliving.com. Out, away from Allison's experience, right? So to avoid this, guys, and this in answer to the question we were asked about earlier, if you want to use articles from other sources, you certainly can. Put it on your blog first. Never put that link directly on your Facebook page. Put it on your blog. Give a little commentary. Hey, everyone, check out this article from XYZ. I thought it was so relevant here in our area. Check it out. Then share it to your Facebook page. Now it's branded to you. I click on it. I'm driving traffic to your domain, building your SEO, keeping everyone within your experience. So guys, these little changes make a huge difference in your overall online presence, and ultimately enables you to have a higher chance of lead capture, lead generation, and all of that. Okay, so huge difference, guys. Everything from your experience, self-branded. But you also want to be posting other content like photos and videos. You guys know, I know every webinar, every class and training you've been to, everything's about video, right? Because it's huge. It increases engagement, guys. It increases engagement by 40%. People want to see your smile, hear your voice, get to know who you are. Zig Ziglar said it best. People do business with people they like, know, and trust. Yep. Photo and video is the best way to do that. So utilize it. Take photos and videos of things you're involved with, right? Or places that you might go, or highlight that local business standing in front of it in the parking lot. Utilize this as a way to connect with your audience. Facebook Live. Now, this is actually live video, and yes, it is live, right? And going Facebook Live, you literally, you can do it right on your phone. Once you go live, it'll notify everybody that follows you that you're live. And I know this can be a little bit nerve-wracking for some, but I'm going to encourage you guys. It is the #1 way to increase engagement on your page. So think about this too, also. In a day and time when face-to-face interaction is definitely not encouraged or the norm, this is a way for you to still interact with people live time at that open house that you might not be able to have a normal way. A lot of people are not comfortable with open house situations right now. Go live. Enable people to be able to connect with you, even if they can't physically be in person with you guys. Really, really is a huge benefit. Okay, but all of this, whether it is lifestyle content, articles, real estate information, your photos, videos, Facebook Live events, hyperlocal information, everything that we are putting on our page truly is to tap into one of the most powerful tools you have in your business, and that is top of mind marketing. Top of mind marketing, being that first person that people think of when they're ready to buy or sell. Isn't that the whole name of the game in real estate? Guys, if you could crack that code alone, you will be very successful. Marketers say you need to be in front of someone 25 times before they'll do business with you. 25 times. You go broke doing that with mailings and other type of farming, guys, but here's the good news. Like Dylan said, where are people 6 to 10 times a day, 13 to 20 minutes each visit? They're on Facebook. Be where your audience is. Build that top of mind. That is one of the main goals of social media. But then also, again, the name of the game are leads. And one of the best ways for you guys to start generating organic leads through your social media is the way that you market your listings. So Dylan, share with us ways to market our listings the right and the wrong way, because we know we see the wrong way 99% of the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I mean, the whole point of our conversation today, how do we sell homes quicker and faster and more efficiently, which ultimately leads to more lead generation and more business, more money, right? That's what we all want to know how to do. Well, the best thing you can do to develop lead generation on Facebook is to actually post listings. So whether it's your own listings or you're working with your broker and other agents in your office who give you permission to showcase those properties, either way, you want to make sure you do it correctly, because most agents do it incorrectly. How is that? Well, most agents will go on their Facebook, they'll post a bunch of photos of their brand new listing, and they'll type something like, hey, everybody, check out my new listing, 123 Main Street, call me, right? You've seen this stuff. Well,
All the time.
first of all, I'm a millennial, so I'm certainly not going to pick up the phone and call you, right? Maybe I'll text you, but even then, that's kind of iffy.
I'm not a millennial, in case you guys were wondering. It's a filter on.
Oh, it's the filter, it's the lighting and the reflection from the mirror, right?
Right,
No.
right.
Well, the reality, the whole point here, guys, is there really is no ability to develop lead capture just by posting your pictures there. Okay. So no lead capture. Also, I can't find full information in a Facebook post. So what if, to me, it's very important the school zone or the taxes, and there's only so much information in a Facebook post. So if I don't find what I'm looking for, I might go to a national portal like Zillow and find another agent. Or another scenario, what if you pique my interest in real estate? Hey, that's a great home in a great neighborhood. I've actually had my eye on this neighborhood for a while, but you know what? I really need a 3-bedroom, and you posted a 2-bedroom. Now, am I able to search more properties throughout their Facebook post, Steph? Can I search more?
Nope.
No,
I
no.
guess
So I can only
going.
yeah, exactly. So all these scenarios and so many more I don't want to have happen to you guys. So really important for all of your listing posts from this point on, I want all of you to begin doing what's called an optimized Facebook post. Optimized Facebook post. What is it? Sounds really fancy, doesn't it? It's really just a link to a website, a blog, or a landing page. Really doesn't matter. What matters most is that it has these 3 characteristics. That link needs to have lead capture on that landing page. Some way you can capture my information and ideally put it into a lead nurturing system. You also want full listing sheet, so I can learn entirely about that property and not have to go to another location. And I can search the entire MLS through an IDX search, right? So I'm able to search more properties and only ever find you. So to give you guys a visual of what an optimized post would look like, you can see here a client of ours, Tracy, she put a title, a photo, a short description, but if I click it, it goes back to that website, blog, or landing page, any of those 3. Now, let's go ahead and show them the comparison here, right? Just to give you guys a real visual here. The one with the red X here is how most agents are doing it, right? They take a bunch of pictures that they took with a description, they slap it up on their Facebook with a prayer, right? Now compare it to the one with the green check. That's that optimized post. If I click it, it takes me back to her website, blog, or landing page. It has lead capture. It has tracking. It has analytics. It builds her SEO, her brand recognition, right? So many multiple benefits. In fact, Stephanie, we haven't talked about this yet, but I have agents that then take these optimized listing posts and boost it to the areas, towns, or neighborhoods for an additional lead generation and an opportunity to accelerate the sale of their homes. So
Yeah.
guys, so important. Again, I know it sounds scary. Oh boy, optimized link. What is that? It's just a link. Copy a link from your website, blog, or landing page.
Everything you're doing on your social media, guys, you want to make sure that it's going to drive that traffic back to your website. Instead of just throwing information out there and just hoping it sticks, right? This is the difference. A lot of agents will say, I'm doing all of this, it's just not bringing me anything. These little changes make a huge difference. Somebody was just mentioning about boosting, and we're going to talk about that here soon. But like Dylan said, this is great to boost because of Facebook algorithms. Just because someone follows you doesn't necessarily mean they're going to see everything you post. So we're going to talk about the value of boosting here in just a little bit. But before we even get into that, let's talk about your following on your business page. I know a lot of you might be thinking, well, gosh, Steph, Dylan, I have been doing business on my personal page. I know I shouldn't be, but most of everybody, all my followers are on my personal page. How do I really start building that following on my business page? So the first thing that we're going to advise you to do is to first get everybody you do know, right? The people on your personal page over to your business page, right? You can do that by number 1, inviting them to follow your business page. And Facebook will prompt you to do that when you build your business page out. So invite whomever you'd like to go like and follow your business page. And then we want you to create and promote your Facebook handle. Your Facebook handle is the @ symbol in your page name. This is the exact address to your page, and you want to promote this everywhere. Anywhere you have your name, phone number, or email, you should have your Facebook handle. Make it easy for people to find you. Promote it on your personal page. Hey, everyone, for more community updates, go like and follow my business page. Also, your email marketing. Now, listen, I meet with agents all the time that will have tons of contacts in their email database, but very few followers on Facebook, right? And oftentimes it's a very different audience. How about let's bridge that gap, right? Maybe a couple times a year, do an email campaign, letting your email database know of your social media presence. Maybe incentivize them. Hey, go like and follow my business page for local community updates and real estate information. It's a great way to really build that following. Definitely, all the time, especially you seasoned agents, thousands of contacts in your email database. Let's get them over to your Facebook page so you can start nurturing them there with more consistent content. And then you can also share content from your business page to your personal page. I know what you're thinking. I know we were like, listen, Dylan said we're not allowed to do business on our personal page. And that's correct if it originates on your personal page. But sharing content from business to personal is totally okay. As a matter of fact, we even encourage it in the beginning when you're really trying to build that following. Let's say you do that article once a week on your blog, share it to your Facebook business page, go ahead and share it to your personal page. Hey, everyone, for more articles like this, I write one every week. Go like and follow my business page. These are incredible ways and powerful and quick and easy ways to start building that following right away. Get your sphere over. Now that we've got our sphere over, how do we really start increasing our following of people we don't know yet? And the most powerful way to do that is by utilizing Facebook boosts and Facebook ads. Okay. Now, Dylan, share with us a little bit about the differences between the two, and then let's walk them through a good boost. Somebody was talking about it. Let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So look, here's the reality. Facebook ads and boosting are actually very low cost, but great return on investment when done correctly. Okay. It's a pretty low cost investment, but a great way to build top of mind, capture contacts, leads, and information, and build your sphere. Especially if you're like a newer agent, great place to kind of get started with it all. Now, the difference between the two, boosting is the easiest and simplest form. Let me ask the group this. Let's get the group engaged a little bit. Guys, type in that chat box if you've done either a boost or done any kind of ad campaign. Type in yes, that you have. Just so I can get a general sense of how many of us have actually invested some ads into budget. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we've got a ton in here. Excellent. Yes, but boost, not ad campaign. Excellent. Yeah, a ton of people. So you guys probably are pretty familiar with the difference, but those of you who have not utilized ads or boosting, I would suggest to get started, start with boosting. Boosting is the quickest and easiest and simplest way to get started, to kind of get your feet wet in it. And a boost is when you create a post to your business page, you click the boost button and you can target an audience to see that post. Now with a boost, you can select different areas. You can select interest, geographical behaviors, all different types of opportunities. Now, if it is a real estate listing post or a housing post, there are some fair housing laws that you do have to follow. I'll touch a little bit on that here in a second. But when it comes to ads, ads are a lot more advanced. Ads are created in the ads manager only, not from a Facebook business page post. So the ads manager, you have a lot more options. You can do different lead capture forms right in Facebook. You can do A/B test splitting. You can do Facebook pixels. You can do all different objectives and styles. So that one's a little bit more advanced. Now, with this class, we go into a lot of other different things here today. We don't go too deep into the ads. We do have other classes. If you guys want to learn how to do an ad, make sure you watch for some of our other classes. But I'll give you guys some insight. If you'd like to learn how to do your own ad, how to set up your own boost, what you can do is you can go to facebook.com/business. If you want to go ahead and type that in, oh, Stephanie's already beat me to it. If you go to facebook.com/business, they have a program called Facebook Blueprint. And it's this educational training that they want to teach you guys on how to do all these ads and boostings and follow fair housing laws and things. So make sure you go check that out. It's a great opportunity. But ads on Facebook, low cost opportunity, great way to grow your following, drive more traffic.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. So again, definitely go and check out those resources, guys. And also look out for more classes that we do that go into a little bit more depth with these things, but really, really great stuff. So we want to go ahead and take some time. I know we've got a lot of questions going out there. And again, if you guys feel, I want you to think about this when it comes to your Facebook page. Do you feel like you are actually generating business? Are you getting that engagement? Are people being driven from your Facebook to your website? If that's not happening, don't worry. This is something that Elevate can definitely help you with creating that connectivity and integrating your social media, into lead capture, so that you are actually, again, throwing something on the wall and it doesn't stick is not going to help you with anything. So we're going to we have ways to make that stick. We can help you with optimized posts and all of that, so you don't have to fool with any of it. If you guys are interested in us helping you in any way with that, go ahead and again, type Elevate into that chat box, and Dylan and I will reach out to you and help you and share with you ways that we can take care of all of this for you. So I see a lot of blinking there. Dylan, you see some questions we can answer?
Yeah, a couple. One of them asks, do you share all the same content to all your social media? And to answer that, absolutely. We're going to go over how there's more value in taking, a piece of content and share across multiple touch points to help build higher search engine value. Stephanie, I don't want to take the thunder from her because that's her slide coming up here in a minute. So I'm not going to go too deep into that, but to answer that quickly for you, absolutely. And we'll show you the benefit here in a second. One more quick question. Someone asked about our program. They said, comparing your program to HomeSnap. So just real quick, I just want to touch on, we'll talk about Elevate here at the end, where we do everything for you, manage your content, website, social media. HomeSnap is just really Facebook, right? So it's valuable because Facebook's valuable, but the challenge is you're not building search engine value. You're not reaching into all these other social platforms. So Steph, I think that's a great lead in. Let's talk about some of the other incredibly powerful, organic ways agents can build their sphere.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. LinkedIn is my absolute favorite platform, guys. And unfortunately, so many agents spend so much time on Facebook that they kind of push to the side platforms that can bring so much value to your business. LinkedIn is definitely no exception. It is your business network. It is an opportunity for you all to build top of mind and brand building amongst other business professionals, both in and outside of your industry. LinkedIn also has extremely high SEO value. And what that means for you is I want you guys to know that if I were to Google your name and you have a LinkedIn profile, whether you're active on it or not, it's going to be one of the first things that comes up. And believe me, I'm going to search you before we do business, right? So you want to make sure you have your best foot forward. So important. Again, most agents that Dylan and I work with have a LinkedIn. But most agents that have a LinkedIn are not consistently posting to that activity log. And guys, I want you to be just as active on LinkedIn as you would be on Facebook. And the way to do that is by all that information that we're putting, all that great content that you're putting on your Facebook business page should also be shared to your LinkedIn audience as well. All of those real estate articles, all of that lifestyle content, financial news, health and wellness, travel, all of those blogging articles, your listing updates, new listings, sold listings, open houses, your hyper-local information. Again, as optimized self-branded posts, we want to take this highway and have it drive traffic to your website as well. So important that you guys are also sharing it, again, 2 to 3 times per week, just like Facebook. But guys, here's why I love LinkedIn the most. It is the #1 agent-to-agent referral platform on the internet. So yes, we want you to connect with as many other agents as you possibly can on LinkedIn. Here's the power of it. First and foremost, you go to a listing appointment and you tell your seller, hey, I'm going to post your property and advertise your property on my LinkedIn, and I've connected with over 300 local agents. You think your seller is going to appreciate that? Absolutely. That's definitely going to put you heads above the rest. We had a guy one time, Dylan, we were together, actually, we were in Michigan. Guy raised his hand to boot camp. Oh yeah, I got a $1.5 million referral utilizing my LinkedIn. I'm like, oh, that's great. It's like, yeah, it's like playing the lottery. You don't play the lottery, you don't win. You don't post on LinkedIn, You're not going to open yourself up for those big referrals. Utilize it. Be active with it. I had a friend of mine. She moved from Massachusetts down to the Tampa Bay area in Florida where I live. Right away, she started getting so much business right away. And I was shocked. She moved states, right? Well, she was in real estate for over 20 years up in New England. She connected with all these agents. Hey, everyone, recently moved to the Tampa Bay area. You know anyone that wants to take a look at a condo in St. Pete Beach? I'd love to work with you. Guys, where do people from New England move every day? I'm sure you can imagine. Down here to Florida. I know my Florida peeps out there, you understand, right? So she's gotten a ton of business from this. Guys, this platform is underutilized, but I am telling you why it's my favorite is my agents find so much unexpected success by becoming just as active on here. So super, super important, guys, that you have an active presence on LinkedIn and then also Twitter. Dylan, you're the resident millennial. Why don't you go ahead and share with everyone the value of Twitter and being active on it, guys. Don't be scared. I know you might think of Twitter as a lot of drama and celebrities, but in your business, this is super powerful.
Yeah, I'm a millennial, and like we said, we love Twitter, we love Instagram, right? But the value of Twitter is it's got extremely high SEO value. Remember that search engine value, your Google value. You do a Google search, almost always one of those lines on there somewhere is in the search query is a Twitter account. And let me tell you another thing, why millennials should be such a focus for you guys. I heard a stat. Now, this was pre-COVID. It was, I think, in beginning of March or beginning of the year, that over 50% of all transactions so far this year came from a millennial. So to me, my argument to you guys is, what are you doing to connect with that next generation of first-time homebuyers? One of the best platforms to connect with us is Twitter, and it's got great search engine value because it's an open forum. Google can read your tweets, therefore it has high value and extremely active. Now, unlike Facebook, Twitter, you do not need a business page. Unlike Facebook, Twitter, you can have your business and your personal all in one. And I actually encourage most of you to do that, unless if you're one of those agents who maybe gets in, political wars or, online political debates or whatever it might be. Yeah, then I would probably suggest building two separate ones, right? But for the most agents, combining it all into one's the most value. So what types of things do you want to be posting? Well, because Twitter is a limited character count, I encourage agents to post links to your website, links to those blogs you're writing, links to those listings. Rob, I think Robin here said when I put my listings in MLS, all the agents have access to it. Absolutely, that's true. But by taking your listings and post them to places like social media, like Twitter, it's getting them more exposure. You're adding that top of mind brand recognition. You can also even post photos or videos here, similar to what you're doing on Facebook. But now you guys want to be posting here at least 2 to 3 times per week. But if you have a lot to say, if you're an agent that has a lot going on, a lot to talk about, a lot on your mind, Twitter's going to be your best friend. You can actually tweet 2 to 3 times a day, and that's completely fine with Twitter etiquette. So guys, again, hugely important, powerful platform. Got to start adding it into your marketing strategies, but I can't hold off. I've got to talk about YouTube, right? This is my favorite platform. In fact, let me ask the group this. Let's see if you guys can get it. I did a class earlier this morning. They didn't get it. Let's see if you guys got it. So in the chat box, type who you think owns YouTube. Who do you think owns YouTube? Type into the chat box. But I'll tell you, I use YouTube for everything. Whenever I want to watch, learn something new, like I said, I'm cooking a lot. If I learn how to do a different type of recipe, I'm YouTubing it. I've even canceled cable and I pay for YouTube TV now. Yeah, you guys got it. It's owned by Google, the second search engine, third most visited website on the internet, extremely high SEO and high value, and it's free. You guys think you should be there? Absolutely. So Steph, why don't you talk, this is a video-based platform. Why don't you kind of go through with them about what types of video content bring the most value for real estate?
Absolutely. So first and foremost, guys, you want to make sure that you're using your YouTube channel to house all of your listing virtual tours. Every listing you have, you should be doing a virtual tour. Doesn't matter how fancy it is. Google doesn't care if you're using drones or all of that. What matters to Google is that you have the video on there. And what do you have in that title? Do you have street address? Keywords? What do you have in that description? A link back over to your website, right? People, listen, our clients get their properties found by street address searches all the time on their YouTube channel. So first and foremost, that's what you want to have. Any type of additional videos you're doing, whether they're educational, right? Whether maybe you did a follow-up video to that childproofing your home blog that you posted, and now you're showing some 3 kind of takeaways from that. You know, I have a client in LA, he does a 60-second video every single week on just random information. People love it. How's it on a YouTube channel? Video testimonials. Guys, this is my favorite because it is the best way to get referral business. Ask your clients at the closing table to do a short video when they're at the peak of excitement, sharing how great of an experience it was. You know, past clients, you know, a lot of people right now are home, working from home. Some have a little bit more time. I don't know about that, but hey, listen, ask them. They'd be happy to share. I did one for my agent. I closed on my home March 15th. Same day we got stay-at-home orders that we weren't traveling anymore. I did a little funny video for my real estate agent, just sharing how I have my own home office now. Thank goodness. My family would be going nuts if I was doing this in the kitchen, right? And, you know, people thought it was so funny. She shared it to all of her social media. And then people were like, oh, I didn't know you know Stephanie Alfonso and all this. Got some great business from it. It was awesome. And like I said, she shared it to all her social media. You need to do the same thing. You don't want to just leave all this great video footage sitting on your YouTube channel. From your YouTube, you want to share it everywhere to all your social media. Okay. Again, sharing that content to multiple platforms, getting maximum exposure. So guys, if you don't have a YouTube channel, y'all need to get one right away. They're absolutely free. Go to youtube.com. All you have to do is have a Gmail email. And of course, we can help you guys with that as well. So no stress. If you guys would like our help with that, again, just type Elevate in the chat box and we will definitely help you with that. But guys, I want to dive right into the thing that I'm the most passionate about, and that's your website. Your website, guys, is the centerpiece to all online lead generation. But unfortunately, most agents are saying they're getting little to no traffic, let alone any business from their website. We've got to change this. Okay. There's a few things that we need to look at. You should be getting business from your website. Number one, I want you to make sure it's the type of website that me as the consumer, I can use it just like your own independent Zillow, that I can search for properties freely, privately, but only ever find you. Okay. Also, you want to make sure, guys, that it is a portable website. Portability issue of that is a lot of agents have a website, but oftentimes it is a broker provided website. And most brokerages provide a website, so you certainly can take that, but you don't want to rely solely on that website. Couple reasons. If you were to leave that brokerage, you lose your website, you lose your content, you lose your SEO, you lose your branding. You got to start all over again. It's awful for your business. Make sure you have your own independent technology that goes where you go. Same thing with your CRM. Where your list is going, you want it to be protected and private. Very, very important. And also, what makes you different than everyone else in your office? You know, you might have a prettier headshot and better bio, but on the back end, it's the same as everyone else in your office who happens to be your competition, your friends, but they're still your competition. Or if you're with the big box brand, you're the same across the country times 100,000. What's going to brand you different? You've got to have an independent site for all of that. So, but here's the deal. Why are you not getting traffic and business from your site? It's probably static. A static website it's just sitting there in Google and the search engines. It's sitting there on the internet, not getting traffic, activity, nothing's coming from it. In order to have a dynamic website that has traffic and activity, therefore bringing you business, you've got to attach it to something that has traffic and activity to it. And what has the most traffic and activity on the internet? Social media, blogs. Guys, this is what that looks like. Here's your website, front door to your business. Inside of that website, you want to have your blog, like Dylan said to you earlier, right? All of those real estate rich keywords, getting all that SEO, therefore giving it now to your website. Then you want to take that blog and share it to your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, your YouTube, your Instagram, and it all points back to where, guys? You got it, your website. This is called linking and backlinking. Linking and backlinking, taking one piece of information, sharing it to multiple touch points, all leading back to one central location. This is taking the front door to your business and putting it on the busiest road in town. All right, guys, most real estate websites are static. Why? The only thing changing on them are listings. Comes from the IDX. That's a database. Google avoids that. So in order to have high SEO value and start generating organic traffic and leads to your site, it has to be integrated with social media and blogs. So do you have a static website? The answer to that is, are you getting business from it? If not, we can build one for you. That is the foundation of everything we do here with Elevate. It's going to start from your website. So don't stress out. I know a lot of people are like, do you know anyone who could do it for us? And we see that. We absolutely can do this for you, integrate it with your social media. So hang tight and we'll share with you guys ways that we can do all of that.
Yeah,
okay?
Steph, one thing I just want to say real quick, if you just go back to that slide, I just want to add one more quick thing. Go back for a second. I want you guys to see here that not only are you building your SEO value here, we talked about so important right now, you guys would agree with me, you're also building your social media value by doing this, right? You're also building your top of mind marketing, brand recognition value. So you see all these things working together to bring you more business, more activity, and more results. And therefore, it's great. It's great to help drive traffic up for buyers to your website. But how about let's show them, Steph, they can even use this to help get listings, right? Get your property sold faster and get you more listing opportunities. Here's what I suggest, guys. If you've got your phone next to you, go ahead, take a picture of this screen. Our clients call this the moneymaker slide. Yes, Stephanie's posing for us. There we go. But here's the reality. This can be a huge value for sellers because on your next listing appointment, you could now tell a seller, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I'm going to take your listing and put it under my featured properties on my website, put it on my real estate blog, put it on my Facebook business page, put it on my LinkedIn. I'm going to tweet about your property. And oh, by the way, I'm going to create a YouTube virtual tour of that property and share it all over again. You guys think your sellers would like that? Absolutely. And if you have a platform like Elevate, it's doing it all for you, which is great. You don't tell them that part, of course, you leave that part out. But the whole point, doing this type of activity helps build your SEO, helps gets your home sold faster and brands you as an agent. Your sphere is going to see how you're selling properties, see the massive amount of exposure your properties are gaining, which when they go to sell their home, they're going to think of you. So guys, so important. Take a picture. My clients call it the moneymaker slide. I promise you guys, start utilizing this on your listing appointments. You're going to get more listings. And you're going to get more business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So important, guys. Keep this in your phone. Let this be your goal to make sure that you can do all of this. So we've been talking at length, guys, about your social media, about raising your SEO. This is going to bring you that organic or free lead generation. But now let's kind of refocus and talk about paid leads, okay? Paid leads, which you're actually investing money into to capture people who are looking to buy or sell on the internet. So question for you guys, you can type it in that chat box. How many of you guys are currently paying for lead generation in one form or another on social media, or whether it's Google Ads or Zillow, Realtor, anything at all that you're paying for leads? Go ahead and put in that chat box. I'm just kind of curious, who's actually investing right now. We're going to talk about, guys, kind of the two major paid sources of traffic outside of portals. And we'll touch on portals here in a little bit. But there's really kind of two main sources of traffic, right? There's social media, like Facebook ads, which is interruption-based marketing. And there's also Google, which is search-based marketing. Let me explain to you the differences between the two. Facebook ads and leads are, like I said, interruption-based marketing. So I'm on Facebook as the consumer, and I'm looking at pictures of my kid's birthday party or whatever, and up pops an ad. Curious to know what your home would sell for? Just click here for free home valuation, right? You get a ton of clicks, right? But it's not necessarily people that are interested and purposeful and intentful to buy or sell. You get a lot of people who are curious. It interrupted what I was doing. Very low conversion rate with Facebook ads. Now it's great. It's less expensive. You get a whole lot more leads as opposed to Google. We'll talk about that in a second, but a lower conversion rate, okay? With Google leads are search-based. This is where I am literally going into Google and typing in keywords. Tampa Bay homes for sale, waterfront properties, South Tampa, tips for selling my home. And we're actually capturing those leads. They're intent based, they're behavior based, right? So they're a little more expensive. You get a little bit less, but a much higher conversion rate on these type of leads. If you're purchasing leads and you might be thinking to yourself, oh, I don't like lead generation, blah, blah, blah. I'm not getting good leads. We got to kind of rethink that, right? You guys have to remember that where the source of the leads is where the success is going to come in. And if you work, it works. Google leads convert around 3.5 to 5.5%. Facebook leads convert around 0.5 to 1.5%. Both have value, but they're just, a little bit different, right? So there's, oh, go ahead, Dylan.
Yeah, I want to add to that. Look, if the biggest thing, go back to the last slide for a second. Look, we're not saying one's better than the other, right? Certainly the Google ones convert higher, but they also have a higher cost. What we find brings the most success for agents is a combination of both, right? Investing a little bit of search-based marketing and a little bit of interruption-based marketing. And here's why. Stephanie started this whole class talking about what's the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal is to build your list as quickly as possible. So when you work a little bit of interruption-based, probably a little more search-based marketing, you're going to get a lot more benefit. And I think the biggest issue, agents dive in too much into one or the other, and they're not working on building their list as quickly and effectively as possible. So Steph, why don't you touch with them a little bit more on what exactly is a Google ad? We've talked a lot about what a social media ad like Facebook. Talk about that high value PPC ad.
Yeah, absolutely. So PPC or pay per click campaigns are done through Google. And what you're doing is we're purchasing keywords, right? As people are looking to buy or sell, behavior based and intent based. And then what we're doing is capturing those keywords and creating ad campaigns on your behalf, right? So these ad campaigns are going to drive that accelerated traffic eventually to your site. But first, you want to put them through a series of squeeze pages to get as much information from them as possible. A big mistake agents make is when they do these PPC campaigns, they drive them directly to the website. And you don't want to do that yet. What you want to do is you want to ideally drive that traffic to a landing page. It can be within your website, but you want it to be unbranded and more geo-targeted, right? So the example that we have here, if I was typing Ann Arbor homes for sale or real estate in Ann Arbor, Michigan, a squeeze page that could come up would be, search all Ann Arbor homes. So I can find out what is their price range, what exactly are the search criteria they're looking for. And then further steps, we'll find out information such as, do they own, do they rent? Are they pre-qualified? What's their occupation? So on and so forth. The more information that you can get on the front end, the more likely you are going to be able to convert that lead in the end, right? So again, all of these leads eventually funnel into that CRM system and bring that lead directly to you from, again, Google, which is a search-based platform. Now, we don't have time here today to really go into depth about how to actually create that Google ad, but we're going to share with you a great resource. If you go to ads.google.com, there is a ton of awesome information there to really help educate you on creating some effective PPC campaigns. And of course, there's ways that we can help you guys with that as well. I want to share with you guys one of my clients in the Detroit area. And when we started working together, he was a brand new agent. And just to kind of go over this real quick to show you the value of PPC, by the time that he started investing over a certain amount of time, he invested just over $7,000 in ad spend on Google. That resulted in over $3 million in closed sale volume, right? So when we did the numbers, every $1,000 he spent, he had a $13,000 return on his investment, right? Like I always say, guys, it works if you work. Google leads are quantifiable. They are measurable, right? You can pretty much plan for a certain amount of ad spend, you're going to get a certain amount of leads, right? So that's what I love about it. I'm not a gambling person. I like to be able to kind of plan ahead and know, all right, I'm going to get 30 leads every single month. I know I'm going to convert one in the first 60 days. And then we'll talk about nurturing systems to help you be successful with the other 29. But Dylan, we can't talk about lead generation without kind of talking about the big dogs here. Share with us a little bit of the differences between these big portals and PPC and Facebook ads.
Yeah, absolutely. They always ask, what about the big guys? Look, the Zillows, the Realtor.coms, not going to say they're not successful, although I've heard a lot of, negative feedback. But I'll be honest, the biggest difference between these two, what I want to make clear for you guys is, the big companies like Zillow, Realtor.com versus the PPC and social media. First, the Zillows, Realtor.coms, they're very competitive. Everyone's trying to get their hands in that bucket. Because they're so competitive, it's extremely expensive. And oftentimes not a great ROI, right? Not always a return on that investment. And a lot of the reason why is because the lead is shared. It's what's called non-exclusive. So, you get a zip code, you and many other agents get that zip code. Whenever they get a lead, they share it amongst multiple agents. Whoever gets that lead first, wins the lead. That stresses me out. If I was an agent, I can say that. And it's only seen by people looking on that platform too. So if you're paying for Zillow and I use Realtor.com, you're never going to get me as a consumer. Now let's compare it to those PPC and social media ads. First of all, I can tell you a broader audience here, right? Google and Facebook alone is arguably the largest audience on the internet. You're going to reach everyone. And because it's such a large audience, there's much more affordable and flexible pricing. So it's not as high of a cost or barrier to entry into gaining lead gen. Probably the best aspect is the lead is shared with you and only you. It's not like you got a timeline. Google gives you a lead and then you got to take that lead away and give it to the next agent, right? And you're developing brand awareness. Your ads are branding you, top of mind marketing, and ultimately doing any valuable social media ads can ultimately help drive more traffic to your social media and develop a following. Grow a following on social media as well. So again, not saying one's better versus the other, but here's my thing. If you guys are for, next year planning your marketing for, 2021 and you've got a marketing budget, I highly encourage you guys to do a deeper dive in the incredible value that's available with these PPC ads and social media ads.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. It's just so important. Again, there's just a big difference. But with any of these sources, whether you're getting your leads organically through social media, SEO, whether you're paying for leads through Facebook or PPC, the importance is, like I mentioned to you before, if you have 30 leads that came in this month, right, you're going to close on the one. We can know and bank on that. What happens to the other 29? And the most success that we see with the agents who are killing it with online leads, these are the things that we found they were successful with. Number one, the most important nurturing tool that you have at your disposal should be your CRM, that client relations management system, right? And it seriously is that centerpiece to managing all of these things from one place. I love to say you can't manage what you can't measure. So you want to make sure that you have a strong independent CRM system to upload your database, to be able to funnel your leads, that have automatic text response follow-up systems where you can, have voice over IP and document storage and be able to just really look at everything and be able to manage everything from one place. A lot of times the feedback I get from agents is they'll say, I'm not using a CRM, and I'm juggling everything. I'm going in and out of my social media every single day, and I'm trying to do this and trying to do that. And man, did I talk to that person via text or did I email them, right? By having a strong system, you're able to have that workflow management from one place. And be able to have that tracking and analytics to see, when people go from, engaged to active, they're searching on your website, all of that great important stuff you get with your CRM. Email marketing, your email drip campaigns. Guys, one of the biggest issues agents will say to us also is, I'm really struggling, or I really haven't put in the time to stay in front of past clients. This is crucial, especially when the end game is you always want to increase that repeat and referral business. Email marketing is one of the most effective ways for you to stay in front of past clients. And you want to utilize these things to nurture that audience, stay in front of them, right? With daily marketing reports, listing updates, a lot of the stuff you would put on social media, like we talked about through a blog, but also doing that through drip campaigns through your email database as well. Again, a lot of times you have a different audience on social media as well as who is in your client contact details. So similar content to a blog, birthdays, emails, or birthdays, anniversaries, all that great stuff. And then of course you want to make sure you have a strong system with tracking and analytics so you can see who opened, who engaged, who shared, right? So important. So with all this being said, we know that we have given you guys a ton of information, right? So what's the secret, right? What is the secret to successful online social media marketing and lead generation? Guys, I want you to type, if you had to pick one word with everything we talked about today, what you feel like is the most important thing to having successful online lead generation and social media, what would you say it was? I would love to see what you guys, you're probably all going to get lots of bits and pieces of it. Consistency. Yes, Linda, absolutely. Consistency. We've probably said it a million times, right? What else? Everyone, I mean, a lot of you guys are saying consistent follow-up, branding. Yep, this is all part of it, guys. Listen, keep putting it in there. Keep putting it in there, guys. I love to see the feedback that you guys, links to your page. Yes, driving traffic to your website. This is all part of it, guys, because really it comes down to leverage. And what are we leveraging? We want to make sure that you are having automated systems and processes in place to leverage everything we've been talking about today. You want to grow your list, right? That's the goal of everything we're doing, with consistent marketing by leveraging both the organic and the paid side of traffic, by engaging your sphere of influence with automated systems to help you increase that repeat and referral business. Listen, you guys have heard it before, and I always say the real estate industry is like a roller coaster ride, right? You guys market, and do so great with it. And now you've got business. Well, now you're busy being a real estate agent. So what happens to the marketing? Right? Well, okay, now you got to market again. Market. You get some business, and you guys see where I'm going with this. In order to get yourself on that consistent ride where you're literally having that consistent pipeline feed into your business, you've got to make sure that you have systems in place to be doing all of this while you're up here being an agent.
You know, you're so right, Stephanie. We looked at the top 20% of agents and we found they're investing in automated systems and processes. When you put your business into systems and processes, leveraging that marketing, leveraging that automation, you are able to get more opportunity and extract more business. So guys, we all agree this: online and social media marketing is essential for the real estate business. Everyone agrees with that, right? Especially with social distancing now, probably now more than ever. But the challenge that we run into is agents struggle with the time, right? They have all the best intentions of doing all this, but the time, the management, the efficiency of posting here, there, and there, content creation, or even the knowledge. A lot of times agents tell me, hey, I could sell a house with my eyes closed, but I can tell you when it comes to online marketing and social media marketing, that's not my strong point, right? Or how to optimize it. Even agents who post here and there, they struggle to bring any real value to their business overall, maybe because they don't have the right systems and processes. So for those agents who are struggling, for those agents who need a little bit more help, need a little bit more support with their online marketing, I'm really excited to share with you guys our incredible all-in-one system called Elevate. We're going to go over here with you guys how we're going to automate, integrate, and maximize your entire online presence so you don't have to do anything or ever worry about it again, but have confidence in knowing that your online presence is active, consistent, and integrated. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here for a second, and I'm going to show you guys one of the first things we're going to build for you is a website. We're going to work with you on colors, pictures, logos, layouts, designs to build you a state-of-the-art IDX website, meaning that I could search the entire MLS and only ever find you. Now, this site, you're going to work with a web designer, work on the colors, logos, layouts. You see this agent, she made it personalized. This agent wanted it more specific to homes in her area. Either way, I can search the entire MLS, only ever find you. And if I was to click on any of these properties here, all the information will populate from the MLS branded to you. It looks great on a mobile device, but we have lead capture filtered throughout. Now, guys, this is what's really important, and I need you all to pay attention real close to a couple of different ways that we do lead capture. Whether it's a simple get in touch form here, a favorites button, or we'll show you how we do it with ads here in a second. But anyway, or anytime we capture a lead, we put it into our full robust CRM system. We have a full CRM system that manages and maintains all your leads. Uh, as far as sending them listing alerts, it sends them automatic email drip campaigns, productivity manager, literally every aspect you need online. We're going to help manage and maintain and care and nurture your leads for you. You do nothing. Okay. Now we'll put all the information here, similar homes in the area, sold homes in the area, local school and community information, everything you need. On the home page, your properties will populate here automatically for you from your brokerage, so it never looks like you don't have listings. We can have different types of properties. You're going to work with us on the designs and layouts of this IDX site. But here's what makes our website so unique and special, and that's dynamic activity, content creation. So what we do to make you competitive, guys, we add right inside your blog, your website, a blog. But remember, blogging comes with content creation. If you're not doing content creation, you're not getting full benefit. So what we do to make sure you're competitive is we do all the blogging for you. That's right. We have an entire team of bloggers who writes blogs all day long, and they enter them into our computer system. That computer system decides which agents get which blog. So you'll never have the same blog as anybody in your office or area. However, you can see here we're adding keywords like real estate, updating your home, virtual showings, mortgages, real estate. So we're adding those keywords, building your content, building your activity. You do nothing. Now you're going to get these informational posts once a week, and you can do what you want with them. For example, if you didn't want to talk about home projects to boost the value of your home, you could delete this. I don't know why they would, but you certainly could. You can also edit them. We allow you to make them more personalized. So what about this one right here, mortgages? I'm sure many of you have a lender you work with. What if you went in here, edited this, and added at the bottom, here's a list of my preferred vendors. I'm sure they'd love that you did that. So the point is, if you're not a good writer, you don't have the time, we're always going to do it for you. Now you can always add in addition your own, if you'd like as well. Very easy to do. It's like a Word document. We're also going to blog for you anytime you have a new listing, open house, sold, or any status change in the MLS. Automatically, we're going to blog that for you. You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to notify us. Anytime there's any kind of change regarding your account, we're going to add the title, the description, and the keyword data here. You can see area, property type, zip code. And again, some seller lead capture into your CRM system. Then what we're going to do is we're also going to do market update reports. Guys, you're going to choose 10 areas, and we're going to go ahead and pull all that data from the MLS of what that area looks like. So market update reports in regards to pricing, homes sold, days on market, and some seller lead capture opportunities. Again, you guys do nothing. So you get 10 different blog posts or market update reports throughout the month. You do nothing. Okay. So now I'll let you guys know, we also do regional based content. So, this agent here, I think, is in Florida. She'll get Florida content. If you're in Boston, you're going to get Boston content. So we have regional based content specific to you in your area. Then we take all that great content and we share it to all your social platforms. We're going to share it to your Facebook business page, your Twitter, your LinkedIn. So just to show you what that looks like here, if you don't have one, we'll build one for you. If you do have one, we'll just redesign it. But you can see here, we're posting all those informational blogs, new listings, open houses, sold, market update reports. But if I click it, here I want to learn about condos. When I click it on Allison's website, it takes me to Allison's blog. Okay, driving traffic to her, building her SEO, building her brand, building her value. Same thing with all of her listing activities. She got a new listing here, and we went ahead and did that optimized Facebook post. She does nothing, drives traffic back to her website with lead capture. In fact, Steph, I just want to show you here for a second. I was going through this postings here, and I just thought this was funny. Howard, looks like a client of hers, commented, "Do you sleep?" And I just think that's pretty powerful. You know, her sphere of influence is seeing all this value-based content she's creating every day, developing that top of mind.
And I'll tell you guys, I know Allison personally. I'm in Florida. I work with her in her market, and she doesn't even go into her social media. I encourage her to do it a little more. She doesn't. She's like, I have no need. She's like, I look at my morning report every morning. I see what's going on in my website. I'm good. You guys can take care of that heavy lifting for me.
And that's it. And it saves her a lot of time. So in addition to that, we post to her LinkedIn. Remember, Steph talked about this is a business network. It's got great SEO. Someone searches your name, it's guaranteed to come up on page 1. So on your activity log, we're going to post all those informational blogs, new listings, open houses, solds. Same thing with Twitter. We'll build you a Twitter, design it to match your website, but now we're going to tweet. We're going to tweet for you all those informational blogs. Again, market updates and listing activities. If I click it though, it takes me back to her website where there's lead capture into her CRM. So you guys are seeing a pattern. We're creating content, integrating it, keeping you consistent, developing your SEO, top of mind, and branding. You do nothing. Last one is YouTube. Remember, that's Google owned. So we'll build you a YouTube channel, design it to match your website, but automatically free of charge, guys, we're going to create a YouTube virtual tour. So we'll take all your listing photos, stitch them together, add some music. I'm going to pause the music because I don't want to compete with it, but you guys get the idea here, right? We then add the title, the description, a link back to your website where there's lead capture. And then we take this video and post it to your website, blog, and Facebook. So I just love to talk about how this really is an all-in-one system. So Steph, why don't you finish up here, go over some pricing here, and talk to them a little bit more about the CRM and other tools. But guys, it's an all-in-one system, and I think that's the value that we bring so much here.
Absolutely. So, guys, everything that we're talking about here today is included in what's called our DMS. This is the foundation of everything we do, our digital marketing solution. This is going to include the build out, the creation, and the design of your IDX website. Also, it is going to include a CRM system. The CRM is built on an open API system, so we can integrate with things that you're using for, transaction management. But it's going to be a full-blown CRM system with voice over IP, document storage, automatic text response. Also, the email marketing. If you guys are utilizing MailChimp or Constant Contact, save your money. You are no longer going to be a vendor manager. It is included with your DMS system with hundreds of content articles for you to choose from, different templates, customizable templates for you to stay in front of your email database actively and consistently. So email marketing, blogging, the blog right inside of your website, your social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the whole shebang, everything we've talked about here today, all into one system. We're taking all of these core services and packaging them all together for you guys. Now, here's the best part. A lot of you guys are asking about pricing. For you amazing people here today, we are going to give you guys a webinar special. Typically, the DMS is $249 a month, which in and of itself is an amazing deal. You could not pay a college student to do all of this for you. Believe me, I have several of them. I have 4 daughters, all grown and in college, except for 1, 3 out of 4. And they would laugh at that price. Guys, for you guys, we are doing this for $150 only per month. That's it, $150 a month. It's an incredible value to maintain your entire online presence, to create that system and process in place for you guys today. If you guys are like, yes, this is exactly what I'm looking for, go ahead in that chat box and type DMS. Dylan and I will reach out to you guys. We will start the ball rolling for you all. It usually is about a 5 to 7 business day process from start to finish. Once you approve everything, we're going to meet with an onboarding coach and go over what you have, what you don't have. We're going to build everything out perfectly for you all. So by this time next week, you guys will all be tweeters.
Yeah. Well, let me just touch on a few things here. You know, if you guys are curious about it, maybe you want to discuss it a little bit more. You want to see if it's still a fit for you. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're committing right this second. Well, go ahead and type in that DMS. Stephanie and I had scheduled the rest of the afternoon to discuss with you. So if you guys want to go over your current, what you're doing, we'll review it with you and discuss if it's a good option for you. You know, if you guys have a static website, you struggle with content creation, you struggle with social media, struggle with lead capture, lead generation, then this is a great opportunity, guys. All you got to do is type in DMS, and we'll reach out to you personally, each one of us, to go ahead and discuss those options for you. But I know all agents ask, what about leads? They all want leads, leads, leads. That's what everybody wants, Steph. Why don't you talk to them about our incredible all-in-one system?
Yes. So our next system, guys, on top of the DMS, we are also able to offer you guys our Elite program, which is the DMS plus we're doing that advanced lead generation through paid advertising for you guys. We are utilizing Facebook. We are utilizing Google, Yahoo, and Bing to make sure that we are targeting consumers as they're searching for real estate in your specific area, right? So we're doing all this for you that we talked about. As people are typing in keywords, real estate in XYZ, we're capturing them. We're doing what's called portal diversion. So they're going away from the national portals and you're pulled to the top of the search engines above Zillow and Realtor and all them. And we're capturing them and creating the ad campaigns on your behalf. When they click on them, pay per click, we are putting them through those proprietary squeeze pages. So we're getting as much information for you as possible, in addition to verifying name, phone number, or email. We're finding out, do they own, do they rent, are they pre-qualified? For seller leads, we're putting them through kind of a soft home valuation process so we can get that street address, so we can verify their contact information, their time frame, and then when they request to speak to an agent, they're being sent directly to you. So we're doing all of this on top of what we're doing with the DMS. We're also doing some highly targeted Facebook ads for you guys as well. Again, the benefit of having both, building that list, building that following, as well as getting very, very high converting leads. And again, data makes the difference. Here's an example right here of what a lead would look like when it comes into your system. We want to, of course, a lead is a lead if it has proper contact information, right? But then we're also going to be able to procure over 74% of our leads come with that supplemental lead data. So we can get you guys the most information possible and set you guys up for success. Dylan, let's go over a couple stats, which I think are pretty impressive.
Yeah, look, our click to lead opt-in rate is around 20%. That's 2 to 3 times our competitors. So I don't know if any of you have heard of like Boomtown Commissions Inc. 100% of our leads have email information. But how about this? 63% email and phone number, and then 74% provide additional information. Do they own their own home? Are they pre-approved? Right? And that's that smart path lead capture process Stephanie just touched on. But I think probably the most important about our leads is these are exclusive leads. So unlike Zillow, Realtor.com, these big guys, these are exclusive leads, meaning they go to you and you only. They're not shared. We're not going to take it away and give it to someone else. In fact, Steph, we take it a step further and we take that lead and we put it into their CRM system, connect with them on, email drip campaign system, do social media top of mind marketing. So we're doing everything to not only give you the lead, but manage, maintain, nurture, and extract the most opportunity with your leads. So that's, again, where that all-in-one system comes into play. So a couple of different price points that we want to go over here with you guys. All of our lead gen products include the ad spend and include the DMS. So I'm going to go over all the pricing that you see here today, but just know all the pricing in red that you see here includes the website, blog, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. It includes the ad spend on Google, Yahoo, Bing, and Facebook. So let's start with the DMS Plus. This is kind of the entry level, kind of get your feet wet in some lead generation. So this program comes with the website, blog, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and a guaranteed of 5 to 10 exclusive leads to you and you only. The cost typically is $4.99 per month. They're going to discount for this webinar here a special today, and today only for $250. Only $250 here today, guys. That's 50% off, and you're locked in at that rate. That means as long as you're a customer, you're going to have that $250 rate. Okay, great value, guys. Includes the ad spend, 5 to 10 leads, plus website and social media. I mean, you can't beat it. So if you want to learn more about that one, you're just going to type in leads into that chat box, and we'll reach out to you and discuss a little further. Steph, why don't you break down a little bit the buyer and seller elite, our actual lead gen products?
So our elite product, guys, is kind of our big, the big kahuna, right? This is where we're really accelerating that lead generation. And so with both of our elite products, we're also giving you guys a one-on-one elite coach to help you manage things effectively, to make sure we're maintaining and looking into your market every single month. But with the elite buyer program, we're able to do 20 to 30 leads per month to start off. And the price for that is typically $8.99 a month. For you guys, we are doing it for $7.49 a month, and we are discounting the first 2 months 50% off. That's huge. For the first 2 months, it's $375 a month. Okay. Now remember, I had told you guys in the chat, right now we are doing no contracts. You are able to join all of our products. It is a month-to-month deal here. So definitely huge opportunities, guys. So the elite buyer program is going to be $375 a month, your first 2 months, $749 a month. That's including your ad spend and the DMS. The elite seller program, these are for 20 to 30 exclusive seller only leads in your area. It is typically $1,200 a month. We are doing it for you guys at a discounted rate of $950 a month. Only $950 a month, 20 to 30 exclusive seller leads. So this is huge, guys. I know that seller leads have been crazy. I mean, Dylan and I are working 12-hour days, right? Because it's just been a really busy time of year, guys. Now, if all of you wanted a lead generation platform on top of your DMS, there's no way that we would be able to do that. They are exclusive. So with that exclusivity comes some limitations on how many agents we can get on this product. It is first come, first serve. There are areas we have waiting lists simply because we are providing exclusivity for you. So if you are interested in finding out more about our lead generation services and locking in your lead license today, go ahead in that chat box and type leads. You don't have to necessarily tell us which one, DMS Plus, Elite, doesn't matter. We can talk about that on the phone, more one-on-one, but go ahead and type leads in there. It is first come, first serve. We will call you guys right away so we can hold that lead license on your behalf, okay? So a lot of really awesome opportunities here with these platforms. So guys, we know we gave you guys a whole lot of information. You know, Dylan, what do you guys think? I think we kind of look like our headshots, right? I'm thinking that we're pretty spot on here. Yeah. A lot of people say that, like, you look just like your picture. Okay. But we want to be that resource for you guys. We're so thankful that you guys are here with us. We hope that we accomplished our goal, which was to motivate you, inspire you, educate you, and provide you with some great tools in your back pocket to make a difference. And we hope that we have done a good job sharing with you ways that the Elevate systems can really help with you guys to manage that time, to have a system and process in place. The decisions that you make for your business today truly is going to dictate what your business looks like 3 months from now. And I know that 2020 was a rough year. Let's make 2021 one to remember, guys. And we want to be a partner with you to see that success happen.
Yeah, a couple of great questions we got coming in. Someone asked, looks like Rob, are your sites geared more for buyer leads? So no, Rob, actually both buyer and seller leads through your site. We actually, remember I talked about those market update reports that we do that has seller lead capture opportunities. We have free market analysis on your website. So, and again, we're doing all that exposure for your listings as well. So it's a combined buyer and seller. In regards to the ad campaigns, though, that is specific. When we do ads, we create ads either for buyer or sellers. So that's the difference. But the site and social media is geared for any and all of your clients. Great question, guys.
I wanted to also say, too, is within your CRM, we also have a CMA wizard for you guys to be able to crank up those CMAs. They will generate automatically. So you'll get a link that you can share with your clients that if they don't look at it for 3 days and now your actives are pending and your pendings are sold, you don't have to create another CMA. We're going to provide you all those tools. When we say that we are an all-in-one solution, guys, NAR calls us the realtor in a box, right? Everything that you need for success in your business, all of those tools are going to come with your platform, and we're going to train you on that.
All right. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure. I'll tell you what, the biggest thing I've found with agents is right now they're planning for all their marketing for 2021, right? And like you said, Steph, what they do now is going to make the difference next year. So ask yourself, is your website active? Is it lead generating? What are your goals to build your search engine value, especially right now? You know, we're back in the day, we used to be able to do open houses and network and do all that. Can't do that right now, right? Really, the most impactful way to run your business right now is through social media, online lead generation. And I can tell you, it's only going to strengthen and the need for it. And I can tell you, coming out of this, it's so important that we have a strong online presence. So if you guys need help, just type in Elevate or DMS or leads, and we'll reach out to you, either me or Stephanie. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. One more thing that I just wanted to mention. We had a question with somebody asking us how we compare to a few different companies. I will tell you guys just a couple things. Every company has their only statement, right? So I just wanted to share with you one thing about Elevate is there's a lot of great companies out there, right, that do bits and pieces of what we do. So first and foremost, one of the ways that we're unique in this industry is we are the only company that's doing all of them talking together, right? We're taking all of those core services that an agent needs and taking you away from becoming a vendor manager and spending $20 here and $50 here and $100 there, combining it all together. The other only statement we have, guys, is we are the only real estate specific technology company that is integrating with your social media. Other companies might do bits and pieces of it, but we're doing it all together, integrating with your social media into your CRM. And I think that's what makes a big difference. I think there's a lot of great companies out there. We're the only ones that are really pulling it all together. And I think that our renewal rate, which last year was over 92%, that's huge, speaks for itself. And an agent told me the other day, he said to me, Stephanie, the Elevate platform is like toilet paper. And I looked at him and was like, what? Okay, I was laughing. And he goes, yeah, no, hear me out. He says, we need it. We're not going to return it. And I started cracking up laughing. And I said, okay. And here's the bottom line is this is the foundation of your business. These are tools that are necessary to have that strong online presence. And now more than ever, it has proven to show how successful how necessary it is to be successful online for your business.
We got another question, actually, kind of off of what you just said, Steph. Someone asked about how does this compare to listings to leads versus even HomeSnap. So both of those platforms, like listings to leads, is just a social media poster, right? You're not getting website, you're not getting a CRM, you're not getting posting to, even Twitter or LinkedIn and all these other ones. It's just really Facebook, not doing YouTube videos. So that's, I think, what the biggest issue I find. Agents, they do bits and pieces, but they're not all doing it together, and they're not doing it consistently and not doing it integrated. So going back on your point, we're the only one in the industry that offers this all-in-one system. So you have one vendor, one program, one system that's working all platforms, both your Facebook, your YouTube, your CRM, your email marketing, everything in one. And that's where agents get the most results. And I think that's why we have that high renewal rate. So again, guys, I appreciate you for your time. You guys have been great. Hopefully we get to see you guys here, maybe in person sometime when we're back on the road doing these classes. But until then, Stephanie and I will be reaching out to you who requested information, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon. So we'll get you guys rocking and rolling for 2021.
Yes, guys, thank you so much. Have an awesome day. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Have a great one, guys. Thank you.